Good morning from Dive Missoula. My name is Mark, and I'm an instructor and the owner of Dive Missoula here in picturesque Missoula, Montana. And a really common question that we get is, how do I get scuba certified? So I want to answer that for you. It's not going to be like incredibly detailed, but overall it'll give you a super clear picture of what you have to do to get scuba certified. There are basically three parts to getting scuba certified. The first part is a cognitive area where you will be learning all of the necessary cognitive things to become a scuba diver. When you come down here to Dive Missoula and sign up for your class, we will send you an e-learning link from PADI, the Professional Association of Dive Instructors. This link will be emailed to you, and you will have about a 12-hour online training class that you'll take. You can stop and start as you wish. Most people get it done very easily within, 2 weeks. So it's not very daunting. It's not very hard, but it's just one of those things that, how do you know until you know? Bits of information. So again, you come on down here, we get you all signed up, do a little paperwork, boom, you've got the e-learning class. Once the e-learning class is done, then you hit part number 2, which is your confined water or pool dives. We do this over a 2-day period on a Saturday and Sunday, prototypically. And that's where you take the knowledge that you learned in your e-learning, and then we put the physical aspect of it as well. And so we kind of meld those two together. So what you've seen in your mind's eye and maybe even visually on some videos that are with your e-learning, then we're actually doing them in the water. And so it creates a much more concrete capacity to scuba dive effectively. We here at Dive Missoula do not believe in doing exactly the basics per the curriculum. We try to take you far and beyond that, and we also try to really take that learning curve, which with everything is typically huge, and we really try to straighten it out a lot for you and teach you a lot of the tricks and tips and get a lot of nice hints from the pros on making your scuba adventures in the future just more fun, more effective, less things you're thinking about all the time, because we've really ingrained them with some mastery. Finally is part number 3. Part number 3 is where you take your knowledge from your online training, you take the skills you've mastered in the pool, you've put them together. So that's one entity now. Now we need to take this entity and put it into an open water environment. Basically, when you're in your open water environment, you'll need to prove to us or show us that you can do the skills that you showed mastery with in a pool in an open water environment. So what is an open water environment? Well, it could be a lot of things. It could be the Pacific Ocean all the way down to a lake, to a quarry, a geothermal location that qualifies for that. There's lots of opportunities. So your options here are, you finish it in locally here during the summer months, and where you can stay warm enough, and not a big deal. We outfit you correctly in wetsuits and gloves or hoods or whatever's needed or not needed. The second option is that you, during the colder months, that you do an overnight trip with us down to Midway, Utah, where there's a place called The Crater. And at The Crater, it's geothermal. It's about 65 feet deep, and the water temperature runs between 92 and 95 degrees year-round. So very temperate. It's bath water. For all you cold people out there, you'll really love it. No need for wetsuit in there, and so we can complete the certification that way. The third way you can complete it is doing what's called a scuba referral. With a referral, what you're doing is you're finishing the first 2 parts here, the online portion and then the confined water portion, But then the third portion, the open water, you finish at a different location. For instance, you're going to be traveling to Belize and you want to finish there. It's a very simple process. What we do is a little bit of paperwork. We send that to you. We send that to the PADI facility that you've decided that you want to go through while you're there. They hook you up with an instructor and you finish your certification there. So that sounds really great, but there actually is a little bit of a negative to it. The first negative is cost. I cannot use a paintbrush and say that everybody does this. I just see it a lot. And with the cost, they know that you're there to scuba dive. They know that you're there to finish your certification. So prices, especially in a third world country, are really elevated because they've really got you between a rock and a hard spot. So that's number one. You pay sometimes an exorbitant amount of money to finish your certification. Number two, you're with people and in a place, and sometimes with a language where the barrier is there between, for instance, English or Spanish or English and Portuguese or English and sometimes it makes it more difficult to have a really enjoyable experience. Not saying that the instructor isn't good, great, or the best ever. I'm just saying sometimes that can make it difficult. You don't know this person. You have no relationship. You haven't built any trust. And for rightful reason, you should have trust with the instructor. So that's kind of a negative too. Number three, you'll be, for lack of better words, wasting 2 days of your vacation finishing a certification rather than actually diving. So our advice to you is, more times than not, we suggest that you actually finish it here. And yeah, it's not going to be in the big blue loo of life that you can go in and maybe see 75 or 100 feet, or maybe you won't be able to see cool tropical fish while you're doing it here, but you will be able to have it finished so that when you do go, for instance, again to Belize, you can just go dive. You don't have to go through the classes and the time, and again, use up some of your precious vacation time to do so. So in recap, 3 basic things: your online training, the e-learning, the confined water dives, and then the open water dives. Your open water dives can be done here in the summertime, can be done with us at that geothermal location I was speaking of during the cold months, or 3, you can be referred to a location you're going to. The negative of that locational side is sometimes it costs an exorbitant amount of money. You don't know the people that you'll be with, so there's not really that trust there that's been built up yet. And 3, you're using up some of your precious vacation time to finish this certification. I hope that this wasn't clear as mud and that you actually found some clarity with this. And again, my name is Mark with Dive Missoula. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a shout down here. Our phone number is 406-830-3110. Or you can always email us too at info@divemissoula.com. I really appreciate your time with us. Again, I hope this made some clarity. And remember, when you go diving, always have dive insurance. It's not expensive, but boy, if you need it, it's the cat's meow. So again, feel free to contact us. We are here for you, and we hope you make it a great day and dive. Thank you.